Now on Nightside, fire danger is growing in the inland Northwest. What firefighters want you to know.
And it is going to be another hot, dry weekend ahead, but I'm tracking some changes in the first alert forecast.
A retired University of Idaho professor and former editor of the Spokesman Review is now facing child pornography charges. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Earlier this evening, we were tracking 2 separate fires sending smoke into downtown Spokane, and crews were able to get both of those fires under control. Spokane Fire says one was a brush fire, the other was a detached garage. Fire danger is growing in the inland Northwest. North Idaho just upgraded its fire danger to high. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. With fire restrictions in place, our Rania Corps has what fire officials want you to know.
The Northern Lakes Fire District has 13 new firefighters and a brand new fire station they just opened. They're more prepared than they've ever been before, but they're still worried for what fire season could bring.
In Athol, they've already had experience in wildland fires up there. And some of them are from simple as using yard equipment and implements out there that have sparked a fire.
Chris Larson is the deputy fire marshal for the Northern Lakes Fire District, warning that a spark from anywhere can erupt a wildfire this time of year.
Sometimes we get, as locals, we might be complacent sometimes, but we also have, our visitors that are coming from outside the area might not know our burning regulations.
Campfires are still allowed, but burn barrels, residential yard waste, and all slash piles are now banned. And Larson warns, chains from trailers, parking in tall grasses, or tossing your cigarette butt out the window can start a fire.
We have 13 new firefighters that are not from around this area, so having your addressing and your street signs just to be able to find your place is going to be crucial.
And he says if you do start a fire,
is if you're going out in the woods or even in your backyard, is having a shovel with you, getting dirt on it, clearing out.
In Rathdrum, Rania Corps, 4 News Now.
Well, we have several days where our fire weather conditions are going to be very, very tricky. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is still going to be very hot this weekend with highs in the 90s in most locations. Breezy in the afternoons, wind gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range at times, but we're really going to see our winds picking up early next week on Monday and Tuesday. No sign of rain in the 7-day forecast. Here's a look at high temperatures across the region today. Triple digits in Omak, the Tri-Cities, and Lewiston. We were in the mid-90s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 95 in Bonners Ferry. Temperatures tomorrow will be just a degree or 2 cooler. We have a gradual cooling trend at first. That's going to be more pronounced as we get into early next week. Closer to the Spokane area, 90 in Spirit Lake, 93 tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene, and 94 at the airport in Spokane. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. Little bit of haze in the morning from area wildfires. That will be clearing out with mostly clear skies in the afternoon. High temperature of 94. 87 is our average high now. That's as high as our average high gets. We're in the hottest time of the year. I'll be back to tell you about that cool down and the gusty winds on the way in your first alert forecast. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. These 5 Patriot Front members will spend the next 3 days in jail. A jury convicted them for criminal conspiracy to riot.
And they were caught in the back of a U-Haul wearing masks and homemade shields while heading to a pride event in Coeur d'Alene last year. Today in court, both sides had their last chance to address the judge. In the end, the judge decided to withhold judgment on this case, but still required the 3 days in jail, a $700 fine, and a 1-year probation. All 5 men said they respected the jury's decision and would abide by any sentence, even though they still maintain their innocence. The executive director of the North Idaho Pride Alliance said in a statement they have held great trust in the justice system to hold those accountable who threaten their First Amendment right to free speech and peaceful assembly.
In tonight's Crime Watch coverage, a retired University of Idaho professor and former editor of the Spokesman Review is now facing child pornography charges. Stephen Smith was the editor of the newspaper from 2002 to 2008. During his tenure there, Smith's team conducted a sting catching former Mayor Jim West in a gay internet sex scandal, despite West publicly voting against LGBTQ interests. According to court documents, Homeland Security agents in Kentucky contacted Washington State Patrol regarding girls girls ages 10 to 15 who were sending sexually explicit photos and videos of themselves to Smith in exchange for money. His arraignment is scheduled for August 1st.
Well, there have been over 300 mass shootings in the U.S. just this year alone.
Reardon County School District put on an active shooter exercise to better prepare themselves in case their community ever becomes a target. The exercise mimicked a real-life active shooter event. The police department, fire department, and emergency medical services worked together to eliminate the threat.
Active shooters is everything everybody fears, so it's one of those things where we hope it never happens, but the studies have shown that if it's going to happen somewhere, it's going to happen in a rural community, and so we want to be prepared as possible for that event.
In this scenario, police captured the shooters and emergency medical services tended to hurt volunteer victims.
This weekend, a local business is starting a new tradition in Spokane. Tomorrow, No Lie Brew House will be kicking off its first annual Christmas in July event. No Lie co-owners John and Cindy say they are thrilled to introduce a new event to bring the community together this summer.
This is why we built the beer hall, for events like this, where people can come, be together, maybe make new friends, enjoy great beer, and just smile.
Christmas in July will feature 3 new small batch holiday brews and opportunities to win free merchandise. Festivities start tomorrow at 11 a.m. and run until 3 p.m. Admission to the event is free.
Time for a quick look at sports. I'm Julian Minensone. The Pac-12 took center stage in Las Vegas for the conference's annual media day. Each school was represented. Washington State was a hot topic of discussion. This is Jake Dickert's second full season as head coach of the program. Washington State is coming off a season in which they made a 7th straight bowl game appearance. The Cougars were picked to finish 7th in the Pac-12 this upcoming season. But this Washington State team will look a little different. They're going to try to take the next step. And Dickert says it starts with his quarterback Cameron Ward for the offense and his new defensive coordinator Jeff Schmedding for the defense.
The synergy between head coach and Cam and what we have now going into year 2, I think you're going to really feel that and see that on the field, and I think our offense is primed to take a big step forward. You know, and Coach Schmedding on defense, I think there's no harder job than coaching, you know, what the old head coach does, but we have to evolve. You know, we've been running the same system for 3 years, and Jeff has come in and really just adapted to being a little bit more multiple and evolving, and the challenge is real in this league defensively.
Washington State opens the season on the road on September 2nd against Colorado State. Should be exciting. Live in the studio, Julian Minensone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Well, those hot and dry conditions mean more water restrictions.
And still ahead, the local connection to the late Tony Bennett that goes all the way back to World War II. Without it, Bennett might not have lived to become a famous singer. Next on 4 News Now.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
This is not just laundry. This is laundry that's one and done. This is the ultra-fast combo laundry machine that does both washing and drying cycles. This is revolutionizing laundry. This is GE Profile.
Fred's has the GE Profile one and done laundry machine in stock and on sale for only $24.99. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Pop the champagne, humanity. We've done it.
Celebrate your night with big winners, shocking thrills, and living legends.
No, I've always thought of you as Dave Jr.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Adventure, culture, and fine wine await you in the Lewis-Clark Valley, less than 2 hours south of Spokane. Tour some of the world's most spectacular wilderness, beauty, and wildlife in Hell's Canyon. Experience the region's rich and diverse culture and history. Savor award-winning Lewis-Clark Valley wines and delicious culinary creations from a variety of local wineries and fine dining establishments. Go to visitlewisclarkvalley.com and plan your destination getaway today.
As state senator, Lisa Brown increased taxes by $2 billion while raising her own pay. Under her watch, homelessness rose by 25,000. Now she's backed by the defund the police crowd. Lisa's soft on crime, hard on taxpayers.
I pledge to increase police presence and tackle homelessness, and we have. Our Violent Crimes Task Force has lowered crime rates, and we're compassionately addressing homelessness. We're exceptional, Spokane. I'll keep it that way. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Be on alert, there are flames.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living.
Fly me to the moon.
The legendary singer Tony Bennett has died. Bennett is known for his prolific and crooner-style output of jazzy standards from the American Songbook. Audiences around the world have enjoyed his concerts and shows for more than 70 years. He was 96 years old. He was also known for helping liberate a German concentration camp during World War II.
But if it was not for the heroic actions of one man, Bennett would have been one of thousands of American soldiers who didn't return home. In an exclusive story, our Jordan Smith shares the story of the man who saved Bennett's life in the 1940s.
Fly me to the moon.
Before he was Tony Bennett, he was Anthony Dominic Benedetto, an infantryman in the Second World War.
A lot of people don't know that Tony Bennett is a combat infantryman, a grunt, weapon in hand on the ground.
This is Richard Black from Moses Lake. His father's regiment merged with Bennett's late in the war. They were clearing a village in northeast France when the Germans opened fire.
They entered the town. Right away, they got met with enemy fire. The snipers were in the upper windows of the buildings, and a Panzer tank was already coming around the corner of this one building with machine gun bursts.
Bennett and the surrounding soldiers armed only with hand grenades and a machine gun. Black with a bazooka.
He got shot in his leg, and then while he was aiming that bazooka at the tank, and got shot in his shoulder.
What happened next would be a moment Bennett would never forget, detailed on page 59 of his memoir.
And as he was getting ready to fire it, he yelled, "You better get down, Tony, because I'm going to let this thing fly, and it's going to be either us or them."
It was a direct hit. The missile struck the turret, disabling the tank. Black and the soldiers around him making it out alive.
And I'll forever be in his debt for saving my life.
That moment cementing a lifelong friendship. Richard shared with me the original photo of the two from 1945, side by side. After the war, Bennett would find fame behind the microphone, but always leaving tickets behind for the Black family to attend. Richard found success in radio, interviewing stars from every band you could think of, from Aerosmith to Journey, and of course, Tony Bennett, who always made a point to say thank you.
Always got him in my prayers and everything, always, because he saved our lives and we were on the line, and he was never forgotten in my mind. Thank you, Tony.
And this relationship is incredibly special for this family. Richard tells me that the moment his father saved Bennett's life was written on page 59 of Bennett's memoir. Richard's parents are buried in Arlington National Cemetery in the 59th section. A very special bond and a sad goodbye today. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
That is such an incredible story. Thank you, Jordan. Here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Sunny, hot, a high of 94 degrees. For Sunday, sunny and hot, a high of 93. You'll notice we are gradually cooling just a degree at a time, but there'll be a more dramatic drop as we get into early next week. Here's our forecast winds for tomorrow. We are going to have a little bit of a breeze tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon and evening. And normally I wouldn't even point out wind gusts in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range, but with our fire danger so high right now, as you heard about earlier in the program, any little spark driven by these winds would be disastrous, and then we are going to see these winds ramp up even more as we get into early next week. But we're also going to be cooling down. Here's a look at our weather pattern. High pressure has been moving off to the east a little bit at a time and is going to continue to do so. Meanwhile, we have this area of low pressure approaching, and it is bringing some cooler air along with it, but it is also going to kick up our winds. This is Monday, and we'll start to see that heat break. We'll be back into the 80s and possibly even below average as we get into the middle of next week. Tuesday, 82, 84 on Wednesday. This white line is our average high, which is 87. Then we're back up around average, perhaps even a little bit above heading into next weekend. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Again, planning on gusty winds Monday and Tuesday. Firefighters already have been talking and preparing for that, as well as the breezy conditions Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Cooler weather on the way. That will be welcome, including some nice overnight lows back down in the 50s. We're checking in with Phoenix and the new record set today in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Well, because of the hot and dry conditions, Airway Heights is imposing water use restrictions. City officials say the well is normally used to add to the water supply during summer heat waves, but the well isn't online yet because of ongoing maintenance. So now people in Airway Heights are being asked to conserve. Homes and businesses with even-numbered addresses are asked to water their lawns on even calendar days, while odd-numbered addresses water on odd days. And though it's only a request, there will be no consequences for those who choose not to participate in the community's conservation efforts.
An aspiring young pitcher is playing for a good cause. We'll tell you his story next on Nightside.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, we know everyone has their favorite spot. Don't miss Black Friday in July. Get 20% off everything, plus an extra 10% in bonus savings. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
I appreciate UFCW 3000 for making sure we have fair wages, health care, and a pension plan. Things every working person deserves.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Right now, your local Toyota Parts and Service Center is offering $5 off cabin or engine air filters, $15 off TrueStart batteries, and $20 off AC repairs or service. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
From the very beginning, we've been taught safety is very important. It's an act of love. When we're on the road, every action we take gets everyone to a safer place. Each of us can make a difference. Slow down. Ride sober. Get endorsed. Get training. Alone we are strong. Together we are stronger. And together we get there.
Psst, it's my favorite time of year. Lazy Boy's having a sale again.
Wow, I'm getting good at this.
The Black Friday and July sale. Save 20% off plus an extra 10% off.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Well, 2 potential summer blockbusters are hitting the big screen this weekend, Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Well, the buzz around 2 movies has started a craze known as Barbenheimer. Opening on the same day, the films are worlds apart. On one hand, you have director Greta Gerwig's fantasy comedy about a doll experiencing an existential crisis. On the other, you have Christopher Nolan's biographical thriller about a physicist credited with creating the atomic bomb.
I think this is the best thing that's happened to movie theaters in a really long time because it's happening really organically.
Well, some say the double feature breathes much needed life back into a movie industry hit hard by streaming, disappointing post-pandemic box office, and now actors and writers on strike. Question is, which one do you see first?
I mean, Barbie, right? I'm wearing pink. Isn't it written all over my face? I'm going to see Barbie.
Do you see both on the same day, or is that too much?
No, I don't have enough time in my weekend for that.
Yeah.
But I love the idea, and I've seen all the stars doing pub for the alternate movie, which
That's
is really
a good
cute.
idea. Yeah, I'd go to one, go to happy hour, go to the other, fall asleep, go see it again.
Aren't there some movie theaters here where you can do happy hour while watching the movie? Oh, is that just in Orlando?
I call it nappy hour. It's like
napping. Good times.
My heels are on the ground.
Oh, well, the new Barbie film chronicles Barbie and Ken's exploration into the real world and life with flat feet. In reality, flat feet are actually a really common condition where your arches flatten because of pressure, and it can cause some serious issues, according to podiatrists.
Your foot is your foundation. So when the foundation is flat or when the foundation is off, it actually affects everything above it. It affects your knees, your hip, your lower back, your postures.
Well, Dr. Grant says flat feet can cause plantar fasciitis, ankle issues, also bunions or corns and calluses. She says it's important for people with flat feet to recognize it early and get into good shoes and good supports as soon as you can. She also says you should limit your shoe height, anyone who likes to wear heels, to about 2 inches.
Interesting info there. Here's a look at the situation in Phoenix today. We've been following along because I know there are many, many, many snowbirds with places down in Phoenix, and you can think about all your friends back in that area. It was 117 today in Phoenix, and that is actually a cool down from the past couple of days where it got up to 119 degrees. This was also the first day in 5 days where there wasn't a daily record set. The record for today is 118 degrees in Phoenix. It is, however, the 22nd consecutive day of 110 or higher, and that each day sets a new record. 18 days was the previous record set back in the 1970s, and we've just been racking up those 110 degree plus days ever since, and it is going to continue, it looks like, through the next 7 days. We, on the other hand, were only 96 today. Still plenty hot compared to our average high of 87. This is as high as this number gets. It's going to stay at 87 through the start of August and then start going down slowly at first, and then it is going to start plummeting. We have had 10 days now in the month of July where we've hit 90 degrees or above. There are a few more coming in the 7-day forecast, so we are running above average. We'll see how things end up. It looks like we're going to be above average because there's a lot more warm weather showing up in the extended forecast. Beautiful pic of the night tonight. It is always such a treat when Aaron Luna brings in photos from his garden. Stargazer lilies just exploding in his yard. Our resident green thumb, Renaissance man, beautiful garden. Well done, Aaron.
Thanks. I just added water. And it just popped right up.
We do that in my house, and nothing happens like that. They're beautiful.
Thank you. I think they're just loving the heat.
Didn't you say the plan was to plant flowers that could be in bouquets this year?
That's true.
So there you go.
Yeah,
those are
that's
perfect.
true. I have zinnias on the side
That's
with
what
some
everybody wants.
Velvet Queen sunflowers.
You could sell those. They're beautiful.
No, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to hoard them.
They really are beautiful.
They are so pretty. I love them. Well, here's something to think about on your next run to the grocery store.
Small changes in your diet can make a big impact on our planet and Aaron's flowers and the health. So
do it for the flowers.
Let's do it for the flowers. In the U.S., food creates about the same amount of carbon emissions as electricity. Foods like processed meats, beef, pork, and lamb have high carbon footprints. That's compared to beans, vegetables, and sustainably sourced seafoods. Say that 5 times fast.
That's no.
They've all been shown to be gentler on the environment. Milk, yogurt, and egg-based foods, also greenhouse-grown vegetables, fairly balance health and environmental costs.
The Spokane Velocity is the official name of Spokane's newest pro soccer team. What went into the name choice and the design of the team crest coming up in sports.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Welcome to the Prank Panel, the show that helps regular people destroy their relationships just for a cheap laugh. Prankster wannabes came to us to help pull off their pranks bigger, better, and stupider than they could imagine.
I like that it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yet.
I'd love to take on your prank.
Let's bring on the clown.
Oh my God. Who could have guessed that this would have been messy?
New The Prank Panel, Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Next. Stop.
You got it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Your electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Get a free Makita Impact Driver Kit or a Pit Boss grill now when you build a deck with wood decking or TimberTech or Trex composite decking and railing from Par. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build? It's the biggest anniversary sale in the history of Walkers as they celebrate the opening of their first store in 1980 with the largest store-wide discounts ever offered, where you can get wall-to-wall savings for every room in your home, anywhere from 19 to 80% off, or take advantage of special 5 years no-interest financing.
This is the one sale our customers wait all year for.
And your chance to save like never before, including accessories and decor.
This week at Walkers.
Get $200 with a new checking account from Horizon Credit Union. We're here to guide you towards your dreams and put some extra cash in your pocket. Sign up in branch or online with the Get200 promo code today.
No way these weekend warriors are going to climb that hill. Don't judge them by their zip code. Judge them by their Quattro. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
An aspiring young pitcher is playing for a good cause. He may be pint-sized, but he's packing a punch at Major League Baseball stadiums across the country.
And the effects are being felt far beyond the baseball diamond. ABC's Will Gans has his story.
Cooper Murray is bringing the heat this summer. The pint-sized pitcher taking the mound at a recent Cubs game. The MVP giving us a post-game exclusive.
How's it going, Cooper?
Yeah.
I like your Red Sox shirt.
Oh, yeah.
At just 11 years old, Cooper has already thrown out the first pitch for both the Cubs and the Red Sox. But that's just first base in a grand slam of a plan.
The goal on this is for Coop to be able to throw out the first pitch in every MLB stadium. So there's 30 of them out there. And the goal would be that we help 30 orphan children that have Down syndrome get adopted.
Coop's mission, shining a light on the joy and happiness that can come from adoption.
What is it about Cooper that brings them such joy? Here's the special thing about this. Is it's not exclusive to Cooper. Coop's super special, but I would say a big part of it is it's the fact that he has Down syndrome, and people with Down syndrome tend to have a little extra love, a little extra ability to love people for who they are and meet them where they're at.
Coop, throwing strikes and inspiring thousands along the way.
How does that make you feel as a dad when you see Cooper step up and just nail it? Hard not to get emotional seeing it. You know, I just know that every single one of these kids have a song that they're meant to sing, like it's inside of them, and they just need a shot.
Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
We need to get Coop over to Spokane Indians game at Avista Stadium. That'll be awesome. Spokane will soon be a soccer city. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. While the Spokane Indians are the only attraction in town right now, that'll change next summer as the city will get its first professional soccer franchise. And today was a big step in seeing that dream become a reality. Alex Crescenti has more.
After years of waiting, the city of Spokane is just a few months away from professional soccer kicking off in downtown. And today, we officially got the name of the newest USL franchise, the Spokane Velocity, and the logo to go along with it. As you can see, a pretty clean look, and what it represents is the power and the speed of the river that flows through downtown.
The design was done with treatment on the logo and the idea behind it, taking a lot of community comments and kind of throwing them in the blender and then really talking through power and force and what we felt like that could bring to a brand. And the crest is incredible.
Is this starting to become real for you? You got officially the name, the crest, the stadium's just about there.
Spokane is being discussed all over professional soccer, all over the country. It's not an exaggeration. People are watching this market for a lot of different reasons, and we're going to end up being able to rally some pretty incredible coaching opportunities for people here.
Now, the unveiling this afternoon was just for the men's team. The women's will come along sometime in October. They will get their crest and name as well. And there'll be announcements periodically as we lead up to kickoff next spring. Reporting in downtown Spokane tonight, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Alex. Now, Avista Stadium turned into a galaxy far, far away tonight. It was Star Wars night at the ballpark. C-3PO, Chewbacca, and the rest of the gang were front and center in Spokane. Our very own Sydney Charles and I also had the honor of throwing out the first pitch. A little nervous with Darth Vader right behind me, but the force was strong with the both of us tonight. We tried our best. It got to the plate. Now, as for the Indians, they had a run-in with the Vancouver Canadians, who wore Sith red jerseys tonight. We take it in the second inning. It'll be Braden Ward at the plate, and Ward will jump to light speed trying to steal second base. The ball ricochets into the outfield. 1 run will score for Spokane. Ward is turning on the main thrusters trying to score, but it's a trap, and there's a laser to home plate, and Ward is out. But the Indians have a new hope, leading 1-0. Next inning, the Indians players made a Wookiee mistake. A balk by the pitcher scores a run from third for Vancouver. We are tied. Spokane had some trouble scoring later in this game. Zach Kokoska breaks his lightsaber, and Vancouver's Evil Empire strikes back in this one 6-1, or should I say Sith-1. These teams are back at it at 7:05 tomorrow night. The Seattle Mariners opening up a 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Seattle trailing 2-1 in the 8th. That's when Ty France comes through. That scores a run, and we are tied heading into the 9th inning. Life at T-Mobile Park. Now, 9th inning we go. Teoscar Hernandez at the plate, and he sends the fans home very happy. A base hit, walk-off hit for Hernandez, and the Mariners celebrate as they come out on top in Seattle tonight, 3-2. Quick turnaround for the next game of the series. First pitch is at 1:10 tomorrow afternoon. The United States women's soccer team defeated Vietnam 3-0 to open up World Cup play today. Sophia Smith had a pair of goals in the win for the U.S. Lindsey Horan had the other goal for Team USA. The U.S. will take on the Netherlands next. That's at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. And that'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Appliance Recycling and Wholesale has reliable, attractive, and affordable home appliances. Huge selections of brands and models fully refurbished. If you're on a fixed income, have a student headed to college, manage properties or rentals, then you will want to visit Appliance Recycling and Wholesale. Their reconditioned appliances are not only lower cost, but also environmentally friendly. They constantly strive to incorporate green practices in all their operations. Appliance Recycling and Wholesale, serving Spokane for over 2 decades on Sprague, just west of Freya.
Summer's here, so journey to where you've never gone. Achieve what you've never done. Discover who you've never been. Behind the wheel of something ready for where you want to go. All in a new CUV with standard all-wheel drive during Mazda's Season of Discovery sales event.
Come test drive the first ever 3-row Mazda CX-90, now optional as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, just east of Division on North Foothills Drive or online at SpokaneMazda.com.
In 1980, Walker's Furniture opened their first store. So this week, they're celebrating their 43rd anniversary with store-wide markdowns of 19 to 80% off. Where every dining room set, every bedroom set, every sofa, love seat, and sectional is 19 to 80% off. Or take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for 5 years. So you can get that new purple or Beauty Rest mattress set today and pay for it later during the anniversary sale at Walker's.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
We made it. It's Friday night. Good job, everyone.
Officially in the weekend.
Give yourself a hand. Julian was really busy today.
Yeah.
How's the shoulder?